right. Hi guys.
Hey.
We're the Cousins Who Disney.
Woohoo.
I'm Misty.
Tammy.
And today we are actually going to be talking about food allergies at the parks.
Oh, golly molly.
Because this one has a soy allergy.
Yeah, my husband too, actually.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And so last year when we spent our post-Thanksgiving holiday
whoop, whoop.
whoop, whoop, at the Disney parks, we also spent 2 days at Universal, and we discovered that
there's a vast difference.
Big difference between
Big difference.
one park is more allergy friendly and one park isn't. And I'll let you guess on which one is. P.S. Walt created it.
Yeah.
So we're going to discuss some of the big differences about how to survive in the parks with a food allergy. So I have more common food allergies, whereas I'm allergic to strawberries.
So sad.
And shellfish.
I'm allergic to that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also
I'm fine
sad.
with that.
Yeah. But her big one is, besides shellfish, which, you know, is a pretty avoidable allergy at this point, is soy, which apparently is in everything.
It's in everything. Well, fortunately, John and I can do soy lecithin.
Yeah, because if you can't do soy lecithin, we are very sorry.
I'm so sorry.
You have our condolences.
We had to do that for a while, no soy lecithin for the first
and they
year.
can eat nothing.
We ate nothing.
Literally nothing.
Nothing.
They ate like bread.
You have to be careful with bread because a lot of bread has soy flour.
That they had to make themselves, by the way. Like,
so annoying.
we are a very big eating out family, and that changed for them.
Yeah.
So at the parks, Disney, let's start at Universal, because I feel like Universal has a lot more issues.
Universal.
So last year at Universal, so I had been Universal twice before, and this was the first time when Universal was last year.
Yeah.
And we spent an entire first day at the Harry Potter parks, and then we spent another day at the non-Harry Potter parks, and we determined that that was kind of a waste of a day. little bit. You can eat in a lot of places.
Okay, so even in Harry Potter, finding food that John and I could eat was super difficult.
Yeah.
Super difficult. I think we bypassed one restaurant before we went to the other.
Well, we didn't go into Leaky Cauldron.
Oh, because fish.
Because of fish.
Like
Because it's mainly a fish restaurant.
Fish. Yeah.
They do have non-fish things there. Like, I've eaten there before, and I had the chicken sandwich, and the chicken sandwich was great. But you're not allergic to shellfish, you're also fish.
Seafood, yeah, anything.
Anything in the sea.
Any food, any sea, ocean stuff.
So she can't eat.
Yeah.
So if there's cross-contamination there with fish, that would have been a problem for her, so we skipped the Leaky Cauldron.
But then we could have seen what an emergency room in Florida looks like.
I have no desire to see that.
Fun.
You know, because that's what we always want to see on a vacation. The hospital.
The hospital.
So we skipped the Leaky Cauldron.
Skipped the Leaky Cauldron and went to the 3 broomsticks.
We did that later. We went to Weasley's Wizard Wheezes.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
we bought candy.
Yeah.
But even the candy.
We had to look.
like when we were in Honeydukes, I think we spent a good 45 minutes in Honeydukes just going over.
Oh my gosh! And I can't remember the name of the girl anymore who worked there. There
Ashley,
was this.
Amber?
Was it Ashley? Amber? It was an
A.
She was amazing because once I told her that we had this soy allergy and we were trying to find candy that we could get that had no soy, she was amazing. She walked all around with us and kept going and finding books and boxes and stuff to look up ingredients. She was amazing. She was so helpful.
Yeah.
And she spent a lot of time helping me find candy that we could actually get, but we were pretty limited in what candy we could get.
Yeah, like even the candy was very limiting on what they could eat.
Again, soy's in everything.
Soy's
for all my fellow soy allergy people, I feel your pain. It's awful.
Yeah, it's in everything. I think we even had problems at 3 Broomsticks because we did have lunch at 3 Broomsticks.
Yeah.
And the 3 Broomsticks is more of kind of a, I wouldn't say it's buffet style.
It's like cafeteria.
It's like cafeteria style where you just kind of like pick what you want, but trying to figure out like what they can and can't. Like the soy was in the turkey legs.
Yeah. Which poor John, that he'd been like so looking forward to getting a turkey leg. I don't know what it is with him and
turkey
like
and gnawing meat off of a bone.
That's a guy thing, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I've never.
Well, Chloe likes to do it too.
Yeah, Chloe likes to do it too. But yeah, so we couldn't do that. And I'm trying to.
Like, I think we all had the chicken.
We had difficulty even finding out information about
that's the biggest, I think the biggest difference between, because there are some things that they could not eat at Disney, because Disney does put soy in some of their stuff, or fry stuff in soy. Like the entire meal will be soy free until you get to the frying aspect of it and they fry it in soybean oil. But Disney had everything readily available with books, like literally marked soy friendly, soy free, or whatever. Like the cast members, and they had one person working with you throughout the entire time.
So you want to switch to Disney? And
we'll switch to Disney.
Okay, so Disney. And we noticed this the first time we went down to Disney, when it was just John and me and the kids. When you go into any place, if you tell them that there's a food sensitivity or a food allergy in your group, they will have, like when we went to Belle's Castle that first time, they had one of the chefs come out and talk to us and ask us what our food issues were, and then they asked us what we wanted to eat. They said, what do you want to eat, and we'll see what we can help you out with, and then told us every single thing that we could or couldn't eat. And then that same person goes back and they're in charge of directing everyone who does anything for your table, so that there's no issue with cross-contamination or anything. And then when your food comes out, they come back out, and before you eat, they go back over all of your food issues again, verifying that everything is correct for you. And the thing that impressed us was even when the kids wanted ice cream at like the Disney ice cream parlor, and even there, they did the same thing. There's one cast member who took us over to the side and pulled out this book and went through every ingredient and everything, and then he's the one that went and made up all of our ice cream dishes and brought them out to us and went over everything. So it's eating at Disney is one of the most allergy, food sensitivity.
I feel like our biggest test too was in Epcot at the World Showcase, because there's so many different countries, and there is a slight language barrier, because when you go to those countries, the people are from those countries, and even then they really helped. Like in Mexico, when we had dinner at the Mexican Pavilion,
so yummy, so yummy.
So good. Oh my God, those margaritas. So, slight funny story about those margaritas. They're super strong. They're super delicious, but super strong.
Super strong.
But when I go to the parks, I have to have a mobility scooter. We actually had to go on that stupid, was it the Donald Duck and like
Three Caballeros
ride to slightly sober up before we could get back on the mobility scooter.
But didn't we do 2 margaritas?
Yeah.
That's we realized the second one was probably not the best idea.
Stick to one. One margarita is enough, especially when you've been drinking champagne all day.
But fun story, we had some entertainment from those guys on the 3 Caballeros ride while we were eating, who also, it seemed, had
a few margaritas.
And they were really entertaining.
They were really entertaining.
They were.
Also, slight segue, I wonder how long it's going to take Disney to turn that 3 Caballeros into a cocoa ride.
I don't know.
We shall see.
We'll see.
But anyways, at that Mexican Pavilion, you know, again, the chef came out and literally talked to everybody about, okay, this is what you can eat, this is what you can't eat. You have a shellfish allergy. Avoid this, 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 and this, because it can have cross-contamination. They couldn't have the chips because sadly the chips were fried in soybean oil, weren't they?
Yeah, so they brought us out, because we got queso, and the queso was so...
queso
fundito?
Or the queso fundito.
Oh, so they brought out just tortilla, like they
plain, like corn tortilla, like warm corn tortilla.
Yeah, and didn't fry them up or anything like that.
So they also make like great, like, substitutions. So, like, they couldn't have the chips fried, so they just brought them out warmed corn tortillas, so they could still enjoy the queso fundito, which is delicious, and everybody should get it.
Highly recommend it. Really good.
Highly recommend it. And even...
But even when you go through Epcot and you're at, like, when we went into the French patisserie.
France.
France and the German, they have books at every register that they pull out, and it just lists every single...
Every
ingredient they have with every ingredient in it. And even at the little kiosk stands, they have those there too. So when you go to the kiosk stand, they can pull out that book and you can go through. And fun fact, I have a friend whose daughter has like insane, severe allergies, who had never eaten in a restaurant in her life until they went to Disney. And because of the way Disney works their little Disney magic with their foods and their chefs and everything, the first time she was ever able to eat at a restaurant was a Disney restaurant. So yeah, that was a great fun Disney magic thing for her.
Right. Versus when we were at Universal. So the second time we went to Universal, the second day was when we did the rest of the parks. And how long did it take us to find a restaurant that you guys could eat at?
Oh, long.
Like, it took us forever to find a restaurant that we could eat at. Even the one that
it was like the 5th or 6th restaurant that we
the 5th or 6th one that we went to over at Islands of Adventure. We were starving. We were hangry.
Yeah, the hanger was strong. Like, oh my
hangry at that point. And even the restaurant we did go to, even though it was apparently rated like one of the best restaurants in like all the theme parks, it was mediocre. Yeah, it was okay.
I will say though, the chef did. One of the chefs did come out to talk to us.
They did come out and they were super nice.
But we were seriously limited in what we could eat.
It was like you could have a burger.
Yeah, a burger.
And you couldn't have this.
And most of the sauces we couldn't have.
Yeah, you can have the sauces. Yeah. And didn't they say you couldn't have the bread?
I think the bread we could have.
The bread you could have.
The bread we could have.
It was just
made on site, but he called someone to.
Yeah, he had to call he had to make phone calls because not everything was prepared there.
And they didn't have ingredient lists for everything.
Yeah, so that was the big thing that we noticed at Universal is not everything is prepared at Universal versus Disney. Everything is prepared there, with the exception I think of the ice cream bars.
Yeah.
Which those have ingredients listed right on the label.
On the label.
Fun fact: there's soybean oil in the Mickey ears. In the Mickey Premium ice cream bars, there's soybean oil. However, there is not soybean oil in the sandwiches.
Yeah, we had sandwiches.
So if you cannot have soy, you can have the Mickey Ears ice cream sandwiches, but not the premium bars.
However, I will say, the happiest moment for me was, okay, so before we went down to Disney, my husband asked each of the kids and me, what's the one thing that if you can't do this one thing, your Disney trip is going to be, ruined and not as good? And I know this is going to sound crazy, but
it's not even a ride. It's not even an attraction. It's not a character.
My answer is, I want a Dole pineapple whip. And so, so when we got near the Dole pineapple stand, Misty and I headed on over there. And
I think it was just you and me. I don't know where the kids
John
were.
And the kids were standing in line for something, I think, still.
What were they standing in line for?
Did they do the Swiss Family Robinson tree?
Oh, they did the Swiss Family Robinson
tree.
And we went and got a Dole Whip.
We got Dole Whips.
And that was my first time having a Dole Whip.
So
and I don't love pineapple. It was delicious.
So good.
Seriously, she got her Dole Whip and she was like, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good for the rest of the trip. I'm happy.
I'm good.
I've had my Dole pineapple whip.
Yeah. I've got my one thing.
Yay, Disney.
But even those had an ingredient list because you have to double check. And so it's just literally the magic of Disney is alive amazing. And well in the food restaurant business because the problem with going to Universal is the foods are great. They have great food, but if you have allergies, it's just really hard to eat there. But so if you have soy allergies or any really kind of severe allergy, Disney,
they work with you with gluten.
Disney is really great to everyone because they will work with you.
Yeah, they're great.
And they will always have something that is allergy friendly.
Yep.
And actually what I found out this year, even though I have not been to one, I watch a lot of YouTube videos on this, but I found out that if you're planning on going down to Disney for Halloween or even the Christmas parties, because they have the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party and the Very Merry Christmas party or whatever, at the Halloween part, they do trick-or-treating. Mm-hmm. If your kid has an allergy, or even if you have an allergy and can't have the candy, because adults can trick-or-treat too, they don't discriminate, they're not ageist, you can tell them that you have an allergy and they will give you a token and you can go to designated spots and redeem those tokens for toys.
Oh, nifty.
So they, even if your child can't have peanuts or Skittles or whatever, and they're just really limited on their candy, they're still not excluded from the trick-or-treating fun.
That's nice.
They can get toys
Disney.
And prizes.
Do it right.
See?
Magical.
There's a reason we love you so much, Disney.
So much.
So much. So yeah. So really, to kind of just wrap up this little fun vid, so no offense to Universal, we love you, but you guys need to do better in your food allergy game.
Step up just a little in the food allergies.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's it.
So we're gonna have more fun videos for you guys, and if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and make sure that you subscribe to us down in the little subscription box below. And until then, bye guys.